coffee, almond, lemon. One of these things don't belong. Just kidding, they all go together in a Mr. Black Amaretto Sour cocktail. All right, for our second Amaretto cocktail of the week, we are doing a Mr. Black Amaretto Sour. We made this... Excuse Mrs. Roommate, she has the hiccups, and they're gonna last like an hour. So bear with us. It's gonna be comical. But we first made this drink kind of on the spot during our Mr. Black live interview a couple weeks ago. So check that out. We interviewed Tom Baker, one of the founders of Mr. Black. Amazing guy, amazing company. It was such a fun time.
Yep.
So we decided to redo this cocktail to kind of have its own video and more in the spotlight of things.
Yes.
Because it's super good, and I just wanted to be out there on its own separate entity.
Yep.
Obviously, you know, coffee and sour, you don't really think of that. That's kind of two things you don't really think go together.
Right.
But that Mr. Black Coffee Cocktail Challenge, quite a few people were doing tropical tiki style drinks. You know, getting that out there. I was trying for a lot. You didn't like them that I was doing.
No, sure didn't.
I'm not very great at making tropical tiki drinks, so that's probably half the problem.
We just haven't done it.
Right, we haven't done a lot. But then again, that kind of goes back to I'm not good at it because I'm not experienced in that field or that section of cocktail making. But before that interview, we're trying to think of a second cocktail to make. I'm like, what is a cocktail that we both really enjoy that could we add some Mr. Black to it? And I was thinking almond, and we both really like the Amaretto Sour, so why don't we split base the Amaretto and the Mr. Black? Mm-hmm. And we didn't even try it beforehand. Did we? I don't remember, but I don't think we did. I think we just made it live for the first time, and we were both very happy with how it turned out.
Right.
So let's go ahead and give these guys a try.
Oh no, I think I need to wait. No, I'm good.
Oh, yeah. It's such a unique flavor combination.
Right.
I use a little bit more or a little less lemon juice than I do in the real Amaretto Sour because I don't want the lemon to overpower everything. I need the Mr. Black and the Amaretto to come out a little bit more. Right. So I use 3/4 ounce instead of a full ounce. But it is a weird combination that just works, I think.
Right.
That's it, just right?
Right. It is. It does. I really like it, and I'm scared to say anything else.
I gotcha.
Because if I hiccup, then I'll spill everything.
I mean, it's still sour. It's still very dominant sour. But it's not as sour as just the normal Amaretto Sour. Like coffee and Amaretto definitely go together. And then the Rittenhouse Rye is just, again, it's just kind of thin out in the middle somewhere.
Right. It's there to blend all of the other flavors together that aren't necessarily what you would think to be cohesive.
Yep. And what's great about this and this whole cocktail community, besides just YouTube, Instagram, if you think there's a lot of YouTube channels on cocktail making, go to Instagram. There is 10 times the amount of people out there doing Instagram on cocktail because it's just easier. I take a photo.
Right.
But we had a couple people make this cocktail after us posting about it. Ben from the Rusty Bartender, go check out his Instagram. A couple people in the Steve the Bartender group had tried this. You know, they made their own little variations of this. Like, I think his name's John. He did like a cookie crumble on half of it or something like that as his garnish, you know.
Yes, please.
You know, so it's just amazing to see how people were really interested in this cocktail and then they kind of put their own little spin on it. Because, I mean, that's 80% of the fun about this.
Right.
Is doing what you like, but also trying something new.
Right.
So thank you to everyone who made this cocktail right away. You know, it kind of makes you happy inside when other people are excited to try your cocktails and try it. But I definitely think this is one that is going to be up there for like getting people to try a sour who's never tried a sour.
Yeah, it's a good training meals.
Yeah, for sure. It's super unique. It's just something different that you don't try a lot. Now, could I drink these all the time? Probably not, but it is very drinkable.
I could drink one, maybe two a night, depending on what the goings on were. But
yeah, you know, it still has those dark flavor components, but it still have the lightness of summer. So you could really probably drink this drink any time of the year.
Right.
It would fit that situation, I think.
And it's a really good dessert cocktail, which usually for a sour, doesn't really come to my mind. But
yeah,
the coffee brings it just a little bit of depth, almost chocolatey addition.
Kind of like what a tiramisu does, and the coffee aspect of that. Not saying the richness of the tiramisu, but what the coffee does to that kind of style.
Right.
I'm just super happy that this worked very well.
Yeah.
It makes you kind of want to do other cocktails and like, all right, let me split base that with Mr. Black and kind of see what happens. Or
like just anything else. Like, what can I maybe split base in any cocktail to give it just a completely different flavor.
Right, exactly. And that's half the fun of doing this.
If you want to see the first amaretto cocktail we made, you can find The Godfather over here.
And if you have an idea of what other base spirit we should split instead of Mr. Black in an Amaretto Sour, let us know in the comments below.
Ooh, I'm really excited to hear those.
Yeah, it'd be interesting. Cheers, everyone.
Cheers.
Dink. I gotta go to work.